Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. I feel like we haven't done this in a long time, so we got like,
Legit.
yeah. What's going on? This is podcast 9. Not really. It's far.
I don't have any idea.
6 or 9. Who knows? But we're back.
In our hearts, it's like podcast 15.
It's been so long. I shaved off my beard and I grew my hair out. So I'm a different doctor.
No.
You're welcome.
So let's get the unpleasantries out of the way.
Here comes the
mystery hand. You're not on there yet. Mystery hand, you gotta come further.
Well, we did.
Oh, she is. I was looking at you on the screen. Wait.
Wait, which side is that?
Where is it?
Left row.
Okay, there it is.
That's tiny.
I know. This will be Mystery Hand's last appearance on this podcast. So make sure you tell her good job when you come in. You know, remember, just the first name. Just the first name.
Inge J.
Ingy J. Claim your massage.
Nice work.
Yeah, we're so sued. Okay, so it happened again. We had a warm weekend here in St. Louis, Missouri. A Monday morning after the warm weekend, it looks like The Walking Dead in here. People are hobbling up to the front. They've overdone it. They've gone out too hard. They golfed. They fished. They hiked. They biked. And that is something that we love as healthcare doctors, is giving people the ability to go do that hardcore. What we don't like is when they way overdo it and they're just laying on our front doorstep on Monday morning. So we talked about it. Dr. Matt has a couple of ideas, a couple of broad stretches that he likes to use just on the weekends. So let's pay attention to Dr. Matt as he kind of helps us prevent some springtime blues.
So Dr. Josh is talking about the warm-ups that you should be doing before you do any exercising and the stretching afterwards. Now this isn't our Deadly Mondays. Has nothing to do with being old or young, because we've had young ladies that are starting soccer now, and they come in on Monday like, oh, I just had tryouts and I'm dying. It's
right.
Like you have to be able to limit yourself the amount of stuff that you're doing when you're starting back from the winter break. So
Right.
three really good warm-ups are jumping jacks, knee highs, and any kind of lunge or squat. And we're talking like maybe 10 to 15. And those are really good warm-up exercises for generally anything. Soccer, tennis, badminton, golf especially is really good. And then you're looking at a stretch that's going to stretch out the hamstrings, especially because you're going to be running around. So any kind of standing hamstring stretch. You don't have to sit on the ground and try to touch your toes. That's more antiquated. And you really want to look at, if you are going to do that stretch, you can bend your knees a little bit because you don't want to force the muscle to stretch. You want to get the muscle to relax into stretching.
So do you want them stretching before exercise, before the activity? Like, let's say somebody's going to go hike one of the trails at Busch Wildlife.
Warm-up is pre. You should be doing warm-ups before any kind of exercising.
So like what? They
and
get
then
out of the
stretching
car,
afterwards.
you know, they're like all pumped, then what?
5 to 10 minutes of warm-ups, then go do it.
Then go do it.
Then go do the exercise. That's what we want.
And then when do we want them stretching?
Immediately following,
That's right.
and then you can get some water in you before you start stretching
That's
too.
perfect. Yeah, so we all grew up, stretch after, or stretch before. And that's wrong. And Dr. Mack can go on for 4 hours about why stretching before the activity is wrong. Or more importantly, stretching before warm-up is wrong. And if you ever want to just make him crazy, come in here and ask him about it, and it will take your entire afternoon.
Or come in and say, I don't know what I did, but can you look at it? And I look at it and I ask you, hey, did you warm up or stretch? And then you'll see me filled with rage. But,
yeah, and he already knows. When he asks the question, he already knows the answer. So it's important.
But there are beneficial warm-ups and stretches to each individual sport.
Right.
So if you have questions about what sport you're doing, this is just a general warm-up and then stretch. So if you have questions, please come in or email us questions about what specific warm-ups you can do for your sport. Or
and we've got a Twitter feed,
or you could Google
we've got Facebook, we've got all kinds of ways we've got many different portals for you to get in touch with us and be consequently ignored by us. So that's what's great about 2016 is that there's like a million different ways
You
for
can try to get
social
in contact
interaction.
with
That's right. That's right. So I want to talk about two things, and then we'll be done with this podcast because our only purpose was to remind you to actually warm up and stretch so you don't injure yourself. So what I want to talk about is this: these two studies that just came out. One is on ear tubes with kids and chiropractic intervention with those, and the other one is on chiropractic care of a young man with migraines. The only reason why I bring them up, because I know most of you know that when you come in here, is that there are a lot of people out there that think, or they still say, you know, chiropractic's not based on science, they got all this stuff. You might want to remind those guys that the world is not flat, it's actually round, because if they're still thinking there's no science behind chiropractic, they're totally wrong. There are hundreds of thousands of articles, journal articles, peer-reviewed stuff. It's really well researched. Just remind them, it's 2016, they may want to get their head out. All right, thank you. Then the other thing is that we always do a spring talk for the practice, and this spring, at the end of this month actually, I have written a presentation called Built to Last, and the presentation focuses exclusively on, as we get older, how to make sure we keep our bodies functioning perfectly. It's for anybody over age 20. You know, if you're under age 20, you still come eat the food. But if you're over age 20, then this is for you. And it's the very best ways, the 2016 updated ways to stay healthy and strong forever, because that's what we all want. So, all right, that's it. That's all we've got. Do you have anything?
We need to do a
A secret word.
secret word. Or a phrase.
Phrase.
It could be, no, was I supposed to stretch?
Yeah, just say something about stretching.
Yeah, stretching or warm up.
I never stretch, maybe.
Yeah.
And like whisper it to Peggy. That'd be great. All right, we're all done. We're all done.
Yeah, we're all done.
All right, we'll see you in the office.
Kim, will you come hit the button for us?
We're trapped here, Kim.
Now our souls are immortalized.